Hey everybody, Bill here from the podcast. Just wanted to try something a little bit new. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but this is actually a kind of a vlog style video. I've been meaning of a tour of my game room that I've been working on for a couple of years now, ever since I bought my house about a year and a half ago. It's been a bit of a work in progress over the years, but I'm finally happy with it to the point where I feel like I'd like to show it off a little bit. Being a collector for God knows how many years at this point, since 2009 anyways. Um, yeah, I've amassed a lot of shit. Um, and I just wanted to give a little rundown of everything. So obviously some little knickknacks here and there. That sign's actually a sign from like a display at a GameStop I found at a convention one year for like 20 bucks. And I've had to grab that. Anyways, moving in though, we got stuff right off the bat, like my handheld collection here. Bunch of fun little, all the handhelds I've collected over the years. Fun fact here, those little risers in the back are like for like figures and stuff I found on Amazon for really cheap. And then I got picture frame holders to hold all the various little handhelds themselves. Like I got my PSPs back there, all my Nintendo systems. Down here, I got two boxed Wonder Swans that I managed to find. A Lynx, like, good luck getting that to sit in a stand with how massive that thing is. Same with the Nomad. I'm amazed the Game Gear actually worked. A whole bunch of fun little ones though. And then I got a bunch of the games and stuff kind of in storage down here. I think that's actually a PlayStation TV. Yes, it is. I'm not sure why that's there, but who knows? um, I've also got my Dreamcast collection up here, and my Dreamcast keyboard. A bunch of fun games. Dreamcast was actually the system that got me into collecting all those years ago. Um, yeah. Oh, hey, Schnickerman. How's it going? Um, yeah, I'm trying to do vlog stuff, so we'll see how this goes. Um, yeah, I got the Dreamcast set, all the fun stuff from there. Then over here, I've got my wall of PS2. PS2 is probably the biggest collection I have. Like this 3 shelves here goes back pretty double stacked. Some fun shit there. Then up here, I've got my boxed 3DO games, like the full long boxes. Like for those who watch the podcast, 3DO is like my favorite dumb system, and I love collecting these games. I've been trying to get as much of them. They're hard to find these days, but yeah, they're up there because that's the only shelf that can hold them. And then I got some Wonder Swan games over there. This Inuyasha GBA game I found. I actually have all the Inuyasha games because it's my favorite anime. I got this boxed Super Famicom copy of Final Fantasy VI. I love that box art, so I just wanted to have it on display. And then same goes for Dragon Quest IV. And then up there, I have my Persona Special Edition boxes, like Persona 5, 5 Royal, both the Q games. Dancing All Night is up there. And I got the 3 Ace Attorney GBA games, which I found really cool. And then down here, I've got some Wii stuff. Picked up a lot of Wii games right around the point where the Wii kind of got discontinued. So I got a lot of these for super cheap back before like game collecting became the worst hobby ever. Some fun stuff there. And speaking of expensive Nintendo stuff, here's my GameCube collection. Haven't really been picking up GameCube games in a while. It's mostly just been the stuff I got right around when the system was discontinued, but before it got stupidly expensive. And then my small little Wii U collection from when the system was relevant and I was actively collecting for it. I might flesh that out a little bit or not. We'll wait and see on that. Then some more art I've got at conventions over the years. This cool little like canvas print Ace Attorney box right there, or Ace Attorney picture. And then I found these 3 pins over on at a convention I went to. They're Sega Genesis, Saturn, and Dreamcast like controller consoles. I thought they were cool. I wouldn't put them on a bag or anything because they probably get wrecked, but I thought they were nice little wall decor. Now moving on from there, let's head over to the Sony corner, as I like to call it. Up above, we got some more special editions and stuff. Got the Fire Emblem 30th Anniversary Edition. Yeah, that I'm pretty sure that box is like just like a doorstop now because I don't think the code in there even works anymore because that game's been delisted by Nintendo. I also got a power base converter for some reason up there. A few more special editions. I got the Bravely Default and Bravely Second special editions. I've got the the nuke Fallout nuke that had that they were selling back when 4 was first coming out. Fun fact, I got that at GameStop for $10 because they had like 100 of them. They couldn't sell them because nobody wanted them at the time. So yeah, I got that there. I got this cool Full Metal Alchemist RPG I'm gonna check out at some point, and then some more imports. I got like Chrono Trigger, Super Famicom. It's a cool Ranma Super Famicom game, and Mother 2 on for the Super Famicom because I wanted a box copy of Earthbound, but fuck, fuck getting the freaking Super Nintendo version. I don't have that kind of money, so I got Mother 2. I love the Mother 2 box, anyways. Moving on over here, we got my small but growing PS5 collection. A whole bunch of games, mostly RPGs. You'll notice that is a theme with most of my collections. And down here where I've got my PSP collection, a whole bunch of games there. I was a big PSP supporter during its time. You'll notice a lot of RPGs. I mean, the system was an RPG machine, so it kind of makes sense. And then over here, I've got my PS4 collection. I was big into collecting PS4 games at the time when that system was out. If you notice real quick, most of my systems I had at the time were PlayStation related. And then over here, I've got my PS3 games. PS3 was also my system of choice. I picked up a lot of these back in the day during when the system was relevant, and then also right after it, the PS4 had come out, and GameStops were just like getting rid of these games because they could not, they couldn't maintain. Well, not really. I don't even know what I'm saying. GameStop after the system was, after they moved on to PS4, I should say, a lot of PS3 games went right to bargain bins, and you could get a ton of these for super cheap back in the day. Not so much nowadays because game collecting sucks, but yeah, that was fun. I also got this cool Metal Gear Solid 4 special edition that I got it at CEX back when those were like a thing in North America. It was like $10. I wasn't gonna pass up on this. It's kind of cool. I mean, I have my original copy as well, but it's always a fun little piece of decor. And yeah, moving on now. I've got my cartridge little hidey-ho over here. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty much from every hand cartridge-based system. Like, I got my Genesis games over here. Got my Jaguar stuff with custom end labels. That's always fun. I also got some Master System games and my 32X games also with custom end labels because that's just fun. And I also got one of these card-based games for the Master System, My Hero. This is a very not great beat 'em up. You get one hit point. It's wonderful. Also got my Super Nintendo games. Got a Super Game Boy, original Nintendo games, more Super Nintendo, and then some of my N64 games. N64 games I kind of have all over the place. Yeah, and then just some handhelds also all over the place. I got this fun lamp at Hobby Lobby. That's a game controller. That's always fun. Yeah, and then moving on, we've got some more shelves upon shelves. Got the Diablo 2 set over there because I swear that set used to be everywhere. I got boxed Mario Paint, a Kinect for some reason, a wireless Saturn controller I found that was really cool. The DK bongos. I've got a Dragon Ball Z flask. Don't ask. The Lego NES and TV set, a Virtual Boy, along with some games. Pac-Man thing going on too. I've got my original Xbox collection because collecting original Xbox games is cheap as hell, and it's still one of the more affordable systems to collect these days. Plus, a lot of these games are the best running versions of their system at the time, which is always cool. And then I also got some 360 games as well, collecting a lot of these. Like, it was really fun. Right after the Xbox One came out, 360 games were basically worthless at GameStop. Like, I got all the Halos for like $5, like all the Gears of Wars for like nothing. It was a fun time to collect then. Then also some boxed Genesis / Master System / a few 32X games in there. Fun fact about that Knuckles Chaotix, I got that at a yard sale for $5 because the person thought it was a VHS tape. It was fun. Some 3DS games. 3DS was a console I collected a lot for when it came out. A bunch of RPGs came out for this thing. All sorts of fun stuff there. Yeah, ran out of shelf space. Got to probably deal with that at some point. Also got my Switch collection. Also shout out to Retro Hangover, awesome gaming podcast. Yeah, a bunch of Switch games. I'm both a fan and not a fan of the Switch's red spines. I like the consistency, but at the same time, it's not very visually interesting. And then down below, I kind of just have some assorted randomness, some boxed GBA games, Game Boy Color, regular Game Boy, a Virtual Boy game for some reason, Vita game there because it didn't fit anywhere else. Some video game soundtracks I've also managed to come across, and some other assorted box things like a few boxed Super Nintendo games, including Lester the Unlikely. That's a real winner right there. A reproduction boxed copy of Conquer. This was like my most expensive video game at one point when I bought it. Also, the oldest game in my collection. Well, I've got a boxed sealed 2600 copy of Klax that I came across. Klax is my first video game ever, so I've been kind of I've been slowly trying to pick up all the versions of Klax I can find, so this one's kind of cool. Probably never play it because there's really no reason to, but got that and then some boxed NES games over there. Moving along, I've got some assorted PC games that are kind of dumb, but hey, why not? And some TurboGrafx 16 games over there in the corner. I'm not a huge TurboGrafx collector because they're kind of expensive, but I got a few of them. Like Keith Courage. Everyone had Keith Courage, I swear. And then the rest of my 3DO games are over here. The ones that I have just kind of in loose jewel cases, including the legendary... Nope, not that. That's a Weird Cheats CD. Oh yeah, I got the legendary Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. That's always fun. A few other games there. Then, of course, my Vita collection. I was a huge Vita supporter when the Vita was relevant. I mean, my favorite game of all time, Persona 4 Golden, is on there. I managed to get a ton. Yeah, Snickerman, Keith Courage was the packing game. That's why it's like one of the easiest to find. Yeah, my Vita collection though, like I said on the podcast before, like I got most of my Vita games like right after Sony discontinued the handheld. I went like on a day-long road trip across Massachusetts to like every GameStop I could find, and I just cleared out their clearance Vita sections. That's how I got a ton of this stuff back in the day, because Vita games are like expensive as hell nowadays. And then I also have my Saturn games, my import Saturn games, I should say. Bunch of fun stuff here, including some excellent games like Princess Crown, which we still don't have there's still no US version of this. This is technically the first game by what would become Vanillaware, and you can tell by those graphics, like this, it was definitely their early days. I also got other fun ones, like I've got Saturn Symphony of the Night. I love this cover art. Like as much as I love Symphony of the Night, the PlayStation version, that cover is abysmal in my opinion. I love the other versions of it, not the US one. And just a whole bunch of fun stuff. I got Radiant Silvergun in there somewhere too. My 2600 collection, because these are basically worthless. I got E.T. because why not? Combat, everyone has Combat. Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, Pitfall, Pac-Man, all the winners on this system. Also a ColecoVision game that I got with a lot of these, and I don't own a ColecoVision, but why not? Let's have it. Then some Sega CD games. I got all 4 of the Working Designs Sega CD games, like Lunar 2, Popful Mail Vi, Shining Force CD, Dark Wizard Sonic CD. Not a ton of Sega CD games, but I do have a bunch of the winners, including this hilarious Sega CD 32X copy of Corpse Killer, which I bought mostly because it was boxed. At the time, it was cheap, and I wanted to actually see if these things worked, which they do, and it's kind of interesting. But yeah, that game is full motion video wonder right there. Moving on now we get to easily the most expensive shelf in my collection. We have the Saturn wall. And for those in the gaming collecting space, Sega Saturn sucks to collect for. It's always been expensive, and it's always a miserable time, especially now. But I got in it, I guess, right before it got really dumb. I have a bunch of the heavy hitters in here, like Albert Odyssey, Shining the Holy Ark, Shining Force 3, Shining Wisdom. I, of course, have the holy grail of most video game collections. I have the legendary Panzer Dragoon Saga. I did not spend what it's worth now, but I still spent a lot for that. I'm not going to get into it. I also got some other fun stuff. I got Duke Nukem 3D on there, the worst port of Doom imaginable. Some fun stuff, Sonic R, Knights, Rayman, Bug, Clockwork, Knight, D, Resident Evil, that's a fun port. Some fighters, Saturn had some great fighters. NASCAR 98, that's a winner right there. So yeah, that's the Saturn wall, that's a lot there. I got some more assorted special editions and random nonsense up here. Got my 3 big box Working Designs PlayStation games. I love those things. Lunar 2 is one of my favorites of all time. I've got the SNES Classic, the PlayStation Classic, the Genesis Mini back there, a Superboy. I use that to test my Super Nintendo games, and a whole bunch of random nonsense, a lot of special editions I've just acquired over the years, an Inuyasha bootleg, because why not? A Power Stone bootleg, also because why not? Fun Tetris sign I found at Hobby Lobby. Byleth little bead thing I got at a convention, because why not? And of course, now we have my DS collection. DS was a fun one to collect for back in the day. Hard nowadays, like I'm pretty sure I have all these Pokemon games, and I'm pretty sure you can get a small fortune for these days. Bunch of RPGs, a lot of fun. Got both the Zuna games recently. That was quite a bit. All the Dragon Quests, whole bunch of stuff. A lot of the lesser games on the system down here that I collected. Brain Age 2, I got those for like $1 a piece, because why not? Yeah, a whole bunch of fun stuff. And then down there, I got some more PC stuff. All the Sims games, Sims 3, Sims 2, a couple box Jaguar games. These are always fun, because of course, if you're going to have Jaguar, you got to have a copy of Tempest 2000. And I also have some more PC stuff. Diablo 3, I remember when that was big. And some PSP videos, UMD videos. You remember those? I don't remember buying any of these. I just kind of acquired them over the years, so that's fun. Moving along now, we've got the consoles, most of them. Like, got my, of course, PS5, 360, PS3, PS2. Down below here, got the Switch, the Dreamcast, the Saturn's back there. The rest of my N64 games in this fun little collecting box. So I got a bunch of them in here as well. Wii's off to the corner, Wii U's over there. Some other systems over here. Got my GameCube, my PS1, Super Nintendo, NES Top Loader. That's always fun. And then, of course, over here, I've got some of my other fun systems. I got my original 3DO FC10 chilling in there. I've got my Jaguar, I think my PS1 with the screen adapters also over there, and my original Xbox. One of 2 I've owned over the years, and I've kind of had to replace because they're not the most reliable these days. Now moving on to this fun thing. So got some more wall art from conventions and stuff over the years. I also have this closet that I converted into more game space, which is always fun. So here's probably my favorite collection in my entire video game collection, my PlayStation set. These are all the PlayStation games I've amassed over the years. I've kind of expanded across the wall and all that fun stuff. Ton of cool ones here. Like I got my full Black Label Squaresoft collection, I should say. I got a ton of rare ones. Like I got Persona 2 Eternal Punishment complete. That was a fun find back in the day. I also got original Revelations Persona with its wonderfully awful translation. And some Japanese games as well, because they're always fun to collect. Imports like Tearing Saga, which is Fire Emblem in all but name. That's always fun. A bunch of those. And then moving over to the side here, some more consoles hidden off to the side. I got my 3DO FC10 up there. I've got a 7800. My full set of Game Informers that I've collected back when I collected Game Informer, RIP. My Sega CD 32X, Genesis, Abomination, hard to see it, but I got a Master System, and then a 2600 down there. Whole bunch of game controllers just in totes up here. Some fun more wall art I got at conventions. I believe that's my TurboGrafx 16. And then some more assorted like handheld wires and stuff, plugs, chargers, and then a whole bunch of other just assorted like stuff that's not really needed to be put out, but I just kind of keep them in storage. I also have all my a bunch of controllers and wires and stuff because I don't like to keep these things fully plugged in at all times. It's just kind of it's unnecessary. I don't game as much as I'd like to these days. But yeah, this was just a bit of an experiment, kind of going around. Wanted to just give a full-on showcase of the collection, the game room, which has been a big project I've been working on for a while now. It's always going to be updating and stuff. I'm always going to be trying to improve it. I think I actually have a PS2 hidden. Yep, I got another PS2 hidden back there. And yeah, fun stuff. Very fun time testing a live stream on YouTube for the first time. So thanks to anyone who joined. Thanks, Snickerman, for hanging out. And yeah, I think that will be all. Once again, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. I don't know how to end it.